In this lesson, we're going to look at the step widget. You can see it here. We've got 3 steps, and each step has a continue or cancel. So we can continue, and then we can cancel back. Let's go ahead and look at the code. All right, first thing we're going to want to do here is let's, of course, make our list. And let's initialize our state. In here, we're going to say new step. And each step, of course, has a title and content. So the title is going to be a new, we want a text widget. Content, we're just going to say new text. And is active, we want this to be true because the step is actually active and we want to be able to use it. So we're just going to copy this. We've got 3 steps. Now, we want to have a step continue, a step cancel, and a step tap. These are the different functionalities of that. Let's go ahead and add this in. Maybe if I could spell continue. There we go. Wow, that was moderately embarrassing. There we go. So we've got our continue, step cancel, and then the step tap. Step tap takes a little bit of explaining. They can actually tap on the individual step and jump directly to it rather than going back and forth between continue and cancel. Let's flesh these out super quick. So when we continue, we just want to set state. And I'm going to just copy and paste that to save a little bit of time in the near future. Now what we're going to do in the continue is we're going to current plus, and we're going to say if current is greater than or equal to steps length, then we want to actually set the current to the very last one here. And I'll just copy this again. And then we're going to say if current is less than 0, decrement that instead of increment, then we want current step to actually equal 0. That way it's at the very beginning. And then for tap, all we're really going to do here is we're going to say current equals index and just jump them directly to that. And because we're doing all this in state, it will automatically update in the background. Now, what we need to do here is we need to actually modify this body. We've got our container, we've got our edge inset padding, and for our child here, let's get rid of this right here. Let's get rid of that. So we've got it nice and centered, and let's say new stepper, and this is where we need to fill in our steps. Along with that, let's fill in our other properties. So we want a type, and the type is going to be a stepper vertical instead of a horizontal. Along with this, we need to actually set the current step. And then we need to set our on step cancel, on step continue, and our on step tap. Save this, and hot reload should pick it up. Sure enough, it did. So it now works as expected. Actually, let's restart the whole thing because it was still showing the old code. I want to make sure. There it goes. Do something, and do something, and of course works as expected here. Something to note is the actual type here. If you switch that to horizontal, the steps go across now. But you notice how I'm not getting the graphical update. You can also click on the individual step. And let's play around with this is active. Let's run this. See how step 2 is not active? We can still go to step 2, but it's not an active step. Switch this to false. Switch this to horizontal. So the isActive is meant to be kind of like an active tracer, but it doesn't really work as expected in the horizontal part. So we would have to actually do that manually. So let's go in here and let's play around with this a little bit. And let's say notice how is active because it's final, can't really modify it. That's one of the shortcomings that I found with this control. I'm sure there's a way around it, but I haven't actually gotten it to work yet. Just keep that in mind. Vertical seems to work good, horizontal just does not seem to work that well. I'm sure there's a way around it. I just personally haven't found it out yet.